What's up, YouTube? This is Buckshot33, aka Boston Chris, and I am back with another haul video. So this is going to be my haul that I picked up this weekend from my local comic book store for this past Comic Book Wednesday. I wasn't able to get out to the shop on Wednesday, but, you know, that's what the weekends are for. Get to pick up some books. And the fun part with, you know, the LCSs that I have, I mean, I go to a few different ones in my area. I have a pretty decent selection of places to go, but sometimes they get things a little differently. So you know, you get your stuff on Comic Book Wednesday, but then you know, later in the week on Friday, sometimes you get extra stuff that didn't come in on Wednesday. So it's kind of cool to wait on Saturday and see what else comes through. I do try my best to get there on Wednesday though as well, just because if there is a hot book that's coming out or something that, you know, everybody's like really into, it's gone by Friday. So, you know, that's just a risky run when you kind of wait a couple days. But as we're done with that, I'm going to go ahead and get into my books that I picked up. So first and foremost, we have one that they were just giving out for free, and that is Faith #1. And this is a second printing, as you can see right here, second print. You know, free book, you know, promotional thing. So I don't know if they're gearing up for Series 2 or if there's something big happening with that character, like what their actual agenda is. But, you know, the price is right, free. Well, actually, let me see. So a second printing, it says right there. It's supposed to be $2.99, but my store is giving it out for free. Let me put that up again. I didn't see that the first time around. But yeah, there it is. Yeah, $2.99 it's supposed to be. Oh well, got it for free, so happy with that. Next up, we have an indie book that I picked up from Image. It's called Lake of Fire #1. You know, pretty cool book, medieval feel to it. You know, it's a pretty thick book as well. I mean, it's, let's see, 44 pages total. Whereas, you know, your normal books are only 32. So, you know, get a little bit extra for your buck there. You know, could be something crazy, could be something great. Who knows? I give it a shot. I like the first issue, so I'm going to, you know, see what happens a little bit down the road, give it a few issues to see what happens, and then, you know, who knows? Maybe it's something I add to my indie list. I don't know. Next up, have Jupiter's Legacy 2, #2. This is a pretty cool series. The way I would describe it, because there's Jupiter's Legend and then there's Jupiter's Circle. Oh, sorry, Jupiter's Legacy and Jupiter's Circle. And I kind of jumped in a little late. Like, I didn't go directly into the beginnings of the books, but I did kind of preview them a little bit when it was Jupiter's Circle. And it's basically kind of, I guess I would say, somewhat like a Justice League, just an adult version of it. A little bit more adult than Watchmen, I would say. Like, Watchmen didn't have a lot of swearing, didn't have, you know, stuff like that. It had the violence, but not a lot of swearing and stuff. This has some swears and things like that, so it's not really a book for kids. But, you know, overall it's pretty cool. You know, I like what they're doing. I like how they're just giving that different spin. I think that, you know, taking the characters kind of in that way, or having them, you know, be that, you know, be a little bit more expressive, kind of makes them, you know, more real in the terms of that, you know, you can kind of relate a little bit better to some of the issues that they're having. It's not really something that where it's just like, oh, you know, for example, like, you know, Superman has a problem, and, you know, he kind of goes on about his day, he fixes whatever it is by, you know, overpowering it, whatever he does. You know, these characters have flaws. You know what I mean? Superman really doesn't have much of a flaw other than he, you know, sometimes doesn't act like a human enough. These guys actually have flaws, so it makes them a little bit more interesting. So for me, that's why I decided I'm picking that up, because it's just something I, you know, guess we can identify with a little easier. But following that up, I picked up Miss Fury #5, and I really like the way that they draw this series. I'm a big, you know, I have issue #1 and 2. I kind of slacked off, and I need to pick up 3 and 4. So I'll be definitely checking out a couple of different shops to see, you know, what we have going on to get me those other 2 issues, because I like this run, and I want to keep up with it and just kind of, you know, check out, you know, what happens next with her. Her costume in the first one reminds me a little bit of a mix between Batman and Catwoman. It's pretty cool though. You know, I like the way that they do this series. So definitely one of the indies that, you know, I need to, you know, get onto my pull list, you know, and actually, you know, continue on with the series. So moving on, we get into DC, and we have Flash number 5, Barry's Day Off. I saw the variant cover. It didn't really speak to me like the way that this one did. You know, I'm going to say, like, I do know that, you know, they have the variants, they put them out there, and, you know, and it's cool. But for whatever reason, I think the regular covers, for the most part, are doing, at least visually, look better than what they're putting out there for the, you know, for the regular covers. Sorry, for the variants. I think the regular covers just take the cake on that one. So, for me, you know, it's really something that, you know, I just keep buying the regular covers. I mean, unless there is a variant that kind of catches my eye, and there's been a couple, but for the most part, it's all about just the regular covers for me on those ones. But, you know, Flash Rebirth is really, really good. You know, definitely something to pick up if you haven't. It's only 5 issues in, so, and for the $2.99 price tag, not too bad. So if you can get your hands on fresh prints of them, get them, because it's a good story so far. And they introduced that new villain, Godspeed, and it's just, you know, really cool what they're doing with Flash. So, you know, definitely a fan of that. And then next, I picked up this series, and this is one, if you missed the Tuesday Night Comic Conversation on JLS Comics channel, last Tuesday we had Joe Pruett, who is the writer of a book called Black Eyed Kids, and I'm going to show you. So here we go, Black Eyed Kids. And, you know, he went ahead and, you know, just explained the book, and I hadn't read it before. I had heard good things, but I just never read it. And, you know, he was describing it, and everybody was talking about it, so I saw it at my LCS, and I was like, you know what? Gotta pick it up. Gotta pick it up. So, got number 1. And the cool thing, too, is number 1, only $1.99. Then I picked up, you know, number 2. Number 3, number 4, and we have number 5. So I was able to pick up basically the whole run, and I was really happy about that. So, you know, it's done by Aftershock, and Aftershock puts out a lot of pretty good books. You know, just different stories. I mean, this is like a horror story. You know, something that's different, something that's not the run-of-the-mill hero story. So definitely, you know, excited to be getting my hands on these. I'm definitely excited to, you know, be able to go ahead and read them, and I'm excited for what's coming next. You know, as far as the covers are concerned, you know, I think my 2 favorite covers, actually I should say 3, is, you know, number 1, number 3, and then also number 5. I mean, I think I like these better just because they incorporate the black eyes in there, and it just makes it look that much more freaky. You know, definitely has that really, like, you know, just straight horror vibe that, you know, you really can't, I guess I would say, you know, it definitely lets you know, it informs you that, you know, this is not your average run-of-the-mill book. You know, definitely something that, you know, gives you that foreboding sense of what am I going to see when I get into it. So, definitely excited for that. Next up, I got a couple books off of eBay, and I, you know, went ahead and unboxed them, you know, beforehand. But, you know, just a couple books that I picked up, and I just wanted to include in this haul. So, we have here Defenders number 17. And as you can see, that guy right there on the cover, Luke Cage. And Defenders number 18. And there he is again. And so the reason I bought these is just because this is the first time that, I guess, the Defenders meet Luke Cage. And, you know, he's going to be in that series coming up on Netflix, along with Jessica Jones, you know, Iron Fist and Daredevil, and they're going to have their own Defenders group. So, you know, it's definitely something that's going to be pretty cool. And I figured, you know what, he's in the book, it's pretty cool to see him in there. You know, none of the other characters are in, you know, that series, but, you know, just to have him in there, who knows? Like, I don't think it's gonna jump to the roof or anything, but to have him associated with the Defenders might be a good deal, and just kind of a cool story. Read through it, pretty good. So, and then finally, last book I have in my haul here is Daredevil number 111, and this is the first appearance of the Silver Samurai. So, and it's not a different Silver Samurai. This is the actual, Silver Samurai, the X-Men villain. It's actually funny that he started out in a Daredevil book, and then I made a mistake in one of my other videos, and I said Akio, which was the character's name, which is not true. It ends up being Yuriko, who later on becomes Lady Deathstrike, and that's issue 190, I think it's 197 or 196, I forget exactly. But you see Yuriko, and she's not dressed as Lady Deathstrike. She hasn't, basically been converted into that cyborg yet. But just two villains that end up being, X-Men or X-title villains started off in Daredevil. Funny thing with that book too, because I read this actually before I jumped on today, and it's weird that it starts shining on the She-Devil. They had a crossover, I guess, in one of her books previously, and so they brought her into this one to kind of continue that. But Daredevil, for the most part, in this book, spends most of his time running, and it's kind of different because he's known as the man without fear, and that's how they portray him as this stand up to any challenge. He does stand up to the Silver Samurai, but the Silver Samurai is just so much, I guess, stronger and faster and whatever than he is, that Daredevil has to basically backpedal and get help in order to take him down momentarily, and he doesn't even really get him down all that long. So this book set the stage for Silver Samurai to become kind of a badass. He definitely went through some changes because he doesn't have that big fin on his helmet anymore. He doesn't look like that at all. When you get to the the Wolverine and the the 90s X-Men series where you see him a bunch, he's completely different at that point. But it's definitely something that's kind of cool to have, just because first appearances are always great, and it's one that's kind of hidden because I wouldn't have thought to look in Daredevil for him. I don't even know where I came across it, how I came across. I think I was just looking at key issues, and someone had posted that Silver Samurai debuted in Daredevil, so that's why I picked it up. So pretty cool haul this week. I'm happy to have the books from eBay and then just the ones from my shop. Like I said, if you haven't picked up any of the Black Eyed Kids series, go ahead and pick it up, because from what I've heard and from what we've discussed, it's pretty good. If you didn't get a chance to see it last Tuesday's episode of the JLS Comics Tuesday Comic Conversation, I will go ahead and post a link in the description so you can check that out. We're going to be on again this Tuesday, so tomorrow night at 7:30. So if you haven't checked it out, come on down, check us out. Watch last week's episode. It talks about Black Eyed Kids, and just check us out tomorrow, because we're gonna have some pretty cool stuff on there. We always do. It's a great time, lots of fun. So with that, I'm just gonna get going. I also wanted to thank everybody who tuned in to my video that I had done. I did a live, I guess you can call it a live show, just a kind of a live rant on, it was called, something I'm noticing on eBay. It's the most views I've ever had, I think, on any of my videos. Got 102 views. So I want to thank everybody who watched it. I was just kind of giving my opinion, just venting off at, what I'm starting to notice is kind of a slippery slope trend, and just wanted to go ahead and give that opinion. So thank you for everyone who watched. I'm just kind of glad I was able to bring light to something like that, and I'm glad it resonated with so many people. I want to thank everybody for the comments that they had on that video. If you don't know what video I'm talking about, I will also post that link down in the description as well. But yeah, go ahead and give it a look if you want. I'm grateful to anybody who wants to, just listen to what I have to say. But I want to thank everybody for watching. I want to, also thank new subscribers that I picked up over the weekend. and I'm going to go ahead and shout them out as well. So let me just bring this up real quick. Okay, so new subscribers that I was able to pick up this weekend include Deadly Donut 7, Comics Unlimited, Reaper Tate 728. Sorry, man, I just I try to read it and not mess it up. But Aim High Comics as well. So thank you guys for subscribing. Gonna do my best to keep the content rolling and just kind of get you guys out there to see some new stuff. I want to thank you everybody for watching. Please comment if you like what you see. Hit that like button. And if this is your first video, go ahead and subscribe. I got a bunch of other stuff that you'd like to check out. So this is Buckshot33, aka Boston Chris. I'm out. Happy collecting.